am LaMarsha Lewis. Let's talk. Today is Tuesday, March the 2nd, 2021. I want to give you, a quick, maybe breaking news or very informative information that I just saw on Twitter. And this is a statement from President Biden's press secretary, Jen Psaki. It is a statement by President Joe Biden and nominee for director of the Office of Management, Neera Tanden. And here's the statement from President Biden. Statement by President Joe Biden. I have accepted Neera Tanden's request to withdraw her name from nomination for director of the Office of Management and Budget. I have the utmost respect for her record of accomplishment, her experience, and her counsel, and I look forward to having her serve in a role in my administration. She will bring valuable perspective and insight to our work. Now here's the letter in which the nominee Neera Tanden wrote to President Biden. Letter from Neera Tanden to President Biden withdrawing her nomination. It's very short and brief. Dear President Biden, I am writing you to withdraw my nomination for Director of the Office of Management and Budget. It has been an honor of a lifetime to be considered for this role and for the faith placed in me. I appreciate how hard you and your team at the White House has worked to win my confirmation. Unfortunately, it is now clear that there is no path forward to gain confirmation, and I do not want continued consideration of my nomination to be a distraction from your other priorities. I am incredibly grateful for your leadership on behalf of the American people and for your agenda that will make such transformative difference in people's lives. Sincerely, Neera Tanden. And again, this is a withdrawal from the nominee that was being considered to be the director of the Office of Management and Budget for President Biden, for the President Biden-Harris administration. And that came from the press secretary. I first read where President Biden gave his acceptance to the request of Ms. Tanden for her request to withdraw her nomination. I don't really know how I feel about this. This is the month of March, just the second day of March, and as we know, this is Women's Month. And to see a woman that has been placed under such scrutiny, being held to such a double standard, one compared to men, also compared to many people that have made posts on social media, because this is what she was receiving such a hard time, because it's been stated that she deleted over 1,000 tweets that she had made about various Senate members, various congressmen and women, and from both party affiliation, that from the Republican Party as well as the Democratic Party. I know Senator Bernie Sanders was one, and the Republicans, many of them was giving her a hard time, but no one had an issue with the former guy, 45th president, how he berated women as a whole, the fact that he paid $130,000 to a porn star, the fact of how he just lied, and there was numerous of counts. By the time the end of his presidency, they was keeping up with the counts. And then he incited an insurrection. And he wasn't held accountable, but yet and still, this woman, a woman of color, and is from everything that's been put out there, a very qualified individual for the role that President Biden had nominated her for, asked her to be the person to be the director of that position of director of home finance. I'm sorry, uh, management and the budget, and yet because of the scrutiny she received, she's now withdrawn her candidacy. She will no longer be the candidate for the Office of Management and Budget, the director, because of the scrutiny she received. And I do understand everything we do, there is a consequence. And it has been stated, you do have to be very careful with social media. I'm speaking to myself as well, because sometimes things can come back to bite us in the butt, as the old saying goes. I feel bad. I'm kind of saddened, because it's almost like she gave up the fight, and we have to just continue to fight, because we already got to fight harder than that of men just to prove ourselves. And the fact that she had to give up such a credible role. I know this would have been a very prominent role in her career, and as a woman of color, and the fact that she had most of these men, and like I say, she got scrutiny from both sides, the Republicans and the Democrats. She's now has made this conscious decision that she didn't feel like her confirmation would get through the Senate, pass through the Senate. So therefore, and I do respect her, and I commend her for telling President Biden she would not want to uphold or make things difficult for him because of her nomination, or her trying to get a confirmation. She had one, respect for the American people, we the American people. Two, for President Biden and the Biden-Harris administration at large, than her own agenda or her own respect. She put the country, we the American people, President Biden, Vice President Harris, and the entire Biden-Harris administration cabinet, she put that before her own self. And that speaks commendable as a person, as a human being. I'm going to read this last part one more time. She said, I do not want continued consideration of my nomination to be a distraction from what your other priorities. I am incredibly grateful for your leadership on the behalf of the American people, and for your agenda that will make such a transformative difference in people's lives. I am saddened, but at the same time, I have much respect for her for at least standing up. And I know this had to been a very difficult decision to come to make it, to actually write that letter, to actually have that conversation with President Biden. So we will just have to basically just, those of us that are kind-hearted people, that genuinely have a kind heart and compassion and empathy, lift her in your prayers. And just because President Biden said he will give her a role in another area of the administration, because he has the most respect for her and the qualification that she does hold. So let's just lift up, because President Biden and Vice President Harris need the support of we, the American people. He come in with so much already against him, and we want to support all of his cabinet and the entire Biden-Harris administration. And again, I do hate this, but I wanted to do commentary after I saw that the press secretary, Psaki, had released the statement from that of our President Biden and the former candidate that was nominated for Director of Management and Budget. I am Marsha Lewis. Let's talk.